I was born in Mexico, so in a state of Jalisco, where the tequila comes from, actually. And when I was 2 years old, I ended up moving. Well, my parents ended up moving to the north of Mexico in a state called Chihuahua, and yes, that's where the little dog comes from. And yeah, so I grew up there until I was 18 years old in the late 90s. And unfortunately, in the late 90s, that's when it started getting really unsafe in the north of Mexico. And all of those Netflix series that you see about the cartels, that was actually my reality. That was the Mecca where all of that, because I was in a border town, bordering with Texas, and that was exactly where all of that was happening when I was in high school when I was 18 years old. My parents were entrepreneurs. My dad had a veterinary clinic, so he's a veterinary doctor. And one day he started getting, threats and having to pay for security. Like things started to go really, really, really not safe. And there was a mass exodus from people living in that town. And we were just desperate to trying to go to a place that was safe, an environment that would allow us and myself and my brothers to have a better future. And that's when my parents made the decision to sell everything they had and literally to pack everything and come to Canada. And we ended up applying actually for a permanent residency, which back in the day would only take 10 months, 10,
Yeah.
12 months, which is not that right now. So we applied, and then after 11 months, I think it was, we got our permanent residency, and we had 6 months to literally pack up and go. And we actually ended up packing as much as we could in a U-Haul and drove from the border town of Chihuahua, or the border state of Chihuahua, all the way to Ottawa in 1997. So
Wow.
yeah, we definitely, it was not a decision that I made. It was a decision that my parents made for, the betterment of the family. And I'm pretty grateful that they did.
Yeah. So was your dad an entrepreneur as well?
Yeah. So he's not retired. So but all his life, he had a veterinary practice or a veterinary hospital in Mexico. And when we came here, obviously, foreign trained healthcare professional wasn't able to practice. He started selling gas contracts from door to door. That was his first job. And many, many, many years later, and I'm, bypassing a lot of stories that probably a lot of people know what they are, but many years later, he recertified as a veterinary doctor and opened his practice here in the Ottawa area.
Oh, so he did manage to work in the field.
He makes a terrible employee. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, we make terrible employees.
Yeah.
So he's like, nope, I wanna continue my dream of continuing being an entrepreneur, and he did.